So let's speaking about talking about cannabis. There's this long relationship between cannabis and music culture. Do you think it's actually like helps creativity, or is it just a stereotype?
Absolutely helps.
Whoa, that's controversial. I
Person,
Depends
I'm
how well
speaking
you
from
do with
personal.
cannabis, I guess,
Yeah,
maybe.
speaking from personal experience.
Just put some people down too much, probably.
well, I would certainly say for some people it probably does, but I also think the concept that you have to rely on anything, to access creativity. I would like to think that maybe you don't. I could be totally wrong. I really don't know. But I mean, no doubt that there's been great songs, especially ones that I love, and probably ones I don't even know of, just written about marijuana or whatever cannabis. Just like there's great drinking songs, there's great smoking songs, and I like them both.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the Heads and Company podcast, where music, cannabis, and culture come together. Real stories, real conversations by the folks who live it every day. Today, I got the homie Carl. Carl works great for his Popper Bluff. He's one of my employees. He's been with us for a minute now. He has grown and matured to a handsome young man. Look at him, y'all. Look at him. Say what's up, Carl.
What's up, y'all? I am known to be called handsome every once in a while.
Yeah, Carl. Yeah, Carl.
When you say Carl, don't forget the handsome. And then we got Rich Fleetwood from Fleetwood Family. And we also got Blake Gardner over here, y'all. We got two local musicians in here. They be traveling the road every weekend, every week, just hitting every stage and every venue all across Missouri and Illinois and Arkansas and all around, everywhere. I mean, this man got a Sprinter van with what, 300,000 on it or something like that?
I think we're at 330.
330.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
So if you're looking for a good Sprinter van, I would suggest a Mercedes. I ain't even sure what year he has, but I would suggest to get that one for sure.
It's old.
Heck yeah. So we're gonna tune in with y'all and ask these guys some questions about life on the road, life, in the cannabis culture. Rich, are you still doing the cannabis thing?
Every single day of my life, baby.
Every single day. Every single day. Are you still in the working in it?
No, I don't have the time anymore. Now that we're traveling so much and the kids are getting older, and I want to give them the best life possible. So I just do music full time now.
Yes, sir. Family man. Yes, sir. So, take us back to the beginning, y'all. What was the moment where you realized music wasn't just a hobby; it was going to be your life?
Well, I mean, I've always been surrounded by music. My grandpa played, and my uncles played around the holidays, Christmas. We'd always go to grandma and grandpa's, and they'd be playing. And then when I got old enough, my dad had me be a part of his band, and I didn't know I was an intern, so I didn't get paid. But it was nice to just kind of play, and it just always kind of been in my blood. Then after I joined the military, got out of that, I kind of started finding myself and really find true friends and family through music, and that's when I think it dawned on me that I'm like, okay, this is me now. This is where I belong. I finally found myself through music. It's just a humbling experience.
He's got a way cooler story than mine, so that's all I ever wanted to do was just play music. So since I was 6. So
Well, I know you had that time when you played a lot of baseball back in the day, didn't you?
me, bass? No, not at all. No, I wasn't. I played in all the music stuff, but I guess I did soccer when I was real little. Nothing in junior high or high school. I think I quit. I did swim team 1 year for fun. I wasn't good, but yeah, it was always a thing. It was always my interest was music, and I always wanted to play guitar and do that, rock out on a stage or something. So annoyingly, I did it all through school, probably annoyingly, singing to friends and stuff,
Blake was one of the first people I met when I moved to this area. Before I had hope of what music could do, or even understanding of the ways it brings people together. And I went to a festival, and it was actually Elderberry Jam.
Oh,
and where he came up and it was like, "What's up, man?" And it was a small one. I guess he knew I wasn't on there, and showed me so much kindness and love that I was like, I'm coming back to every time this year, or every one of these festivals, and grew into every festival that Blake was a part of, and then it grew into now I'm sharing that same love that I initially got from him. So the aspect of being able to slingshot each other that love or whatever is what I got from him. So that's how he affected me through music personally. So
I was just drinking beer, man.
Just drinking beer.
But yeah, I loved Elderberry, and I love Headz Fest and even some of the other ones around the area. I just like festivals. So big fan of the festivals and the culture, the people. They always treated me really well, so I'm glad I could be okay.
Yeah, baby, you treat me more okay.
You give me too much credit, but thank you.
Dude, he picked me up from my house today.
Sure did.
Hell yeah, man.
Now, outside of being a bud tender, I know Carl, you like to dabble around with a little music too yourself, don't you?
I can dabble around with a little music. Actually, I was like 15, 16, one of your shows, Rich offered to give me a guitar. Never really got around to that, but I got me a couple instruments. Six strings, so I was about 17. I really too good at playing it. Just got a bass a few months ago.
Hell yeah.
Really only picked that thing up once or twice. But I mean, interest is there, but I really just don't put the time.
I
towards
feel
it.
that, man. I got the whole bass set up myself, and I can play a few songs, maybe some Afro Man or something,
Yeah.
That's about it, man.
Yeah, you still do poi?
Oh yeah, I spend a lot of poi still. Trying to get more into the fire side of it, but man, that stuff's kind of expensive.
Scary, man. I mean,
I've
recently
had a couple burns under my belt. It don't make me too nervous.
like skin burns.
Yeah, like it don't make me too nervous. I spun around.
What do you use for? You ever use ever blow?
No, I'm
Fire?
pretty much just poi.
And I seen recently somebody was blowing, and they were using like cornstarch or something.
Yeah, they usually use cornstarch.
Yeah, like what?
Like Tyler King. I've seen he's done some stuff at our shows. Him and his crew, they're the first people I spun fire with. And like Tyler is a pretty big fire blower. He spins some dragon staff too. He's a really good artist, blow artist.
Yeah, that stuff's intriguing.
It is.
Ballsy. I could never do it.
Nah, hell no. We put that fire on it, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
out.
watch somebody do it.
Fire's what got me interested.
Yeah.
Really.
Light myself on
But,
fire with dance.
I mean, I just need to get the
Yeah,
tools
exactly.
to do it. Is all. Other than that.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait, man.
Light it up, bro. Light it up. So, like, let's talk about your first show memories. Like, what was the first show you ever played where you thought, okay, this is actually working?
You want to take that?
Man, I don't know if I had a specific show where I was like, oh yeah, this is the one. But I think I had opportunities where it kind of clicked more. So right after school, I had just gotten this job gotten hired on to do guitar lessons, which I was pretty stoked about already. And then I had gotten called from some fellows down at the lake, Lake of the Ozarks, and about playing at like a handful of different venues there. And it was kind of like the first time that I really had an option to do that for a job. Like, even at then, it was just the summer at the time, but I was able just to focus on playing music. So just started trying to stretch that out to the full year, like through the winter. And then now we're here. So
Hell yeah, man.
now we're here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think the first time I seen it was working is, like he said, there were stretches. Like, I'd always have a job, but then and music was a side hustle for a little bit, because I didn't really need the money. So just growing myself as a person and an artist. And then whenever I felt confident, I was like, I got a pretty good stretch. I'll take like 3 to 6 months off or something, just do music. And I always kind of had to come back to a regular job. And it's been about 2 years, 3 years, I've been doing nothing but music. And that's when it's like, okay, cool. So I might not have to come back this time. Thank God. And that's what I feel like working, meeting the right people, that have the same moralistic mindset, of community and growth. And, we just take care of each other. It's like, why would you want to go back?
Oh, yeah.
Getting through the winter, every winter's a victory. So
Sure. I mean, we're almost there now.
yeah, if you can do that, you could probably play throughout the year full time.
So how would y'all say y'all balance like the music and your family life?
That's the one thing that I would always tell any bandmate, like even if it's, you know, like last minute kind of thing, like, hey, if it's a family thing, go do that. So with my guys, it's not a problem. And for me, I've had to do something similar once or twice too. So it's just family should come first. And then on the weekdays, you kind of get a good feel. Like most people might spend most of their weekends with their families and then be working, and while the family's working or maybe at school, but you only work on the weekends. You get 5 days to hang out. I don't know. So I think it balances out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Blake. Try to balance that out as best you can. I have a lot of stuff comes up. I try to keep gigs if I can. However, I understand if you can't. My biggest balance that I try to find is, giving my family the same side of me that is a loving, understanding when I come home off of work, as opposed to like how much energy it takes to do it at work.
Mhm.
And at first it was, when I was really grinding and hustling in the beginning, it was a challenge to come home, not just want to veg out and be tired and, just be like, I need to rest, or, sleeping the next day after having an all nighter at a show or something, and then family's like not getting you for that whole day, and so now it's like that balance of, if you're playing 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes, just coming home after the show, a couple days, and maybe choosing 1 or 2 days that you might actually, go out and enjoy yourself with people. And, so that's the balance that I have for me. So I try to share that as much with other musicians as I can, that have families. 'Cause I got, with me and my wife now, we have 5 kids. 16-year-old, she just got her first job yesterday.
Hell yeah.
And like I had the day off. I was able to like take her up there, drop her off, right? Like I went to Starbucks across the street. I was right there the whole time. I couldn't leave. I was gonna go do something, but no, whenever she needed me, I was like right there. I was like, okay, I'll be there in 15 minutes. I'll just wait here for a minute. So she thinks I drove somewhere.
Yeah. I'd say you almost get more time, or you have the potential, depending on how you do it, you could have more time with your family just because of stuff like that. And they could always visit you on work in most cases. So, like I get to be around for a lot of like, small stuff, my family. And I think, most stuff you wouldn't have anymore, right? Like, I don't know, stuff just throughout the week that is pretty small, I guess, still kind of matters or whatever. You get a, just eating like family dinner together. Kind of nice to do.
That's big, yeah.
Yeah, and like on weekends, they can, if they want to, come see you play and maybe see a different town or get a different restaurant or whatever, do something different.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like trying to get those shows that you can bring your family to, like festivals, man, like Grateful Fest. One of the ones that is few and far that we can bring the kids to, that we know it's safe. It's
Oh, senior kiddos are awesome.
yeah, dude, they're
I
pretty
love your
cool,
kids.
man. They're pretty cool, and they make me want to be cooler. Like how cool they are. And I was a little nervous too because I homeschool them. And I'm like, okay, so hopefully they're not like weird to these other kids. They're like, no, they just fit in. Fit in at like I said, Grateful Headz
Well, you're not
Fest.
scared to like take them around and stuff. They get a whole different type of interaction that not all these other kids get to see. Like,
Yeah.
your kids are kind of a little bit more social than other kids their age, I'd say.
Hey, so I appreciate that. Yeah, because it definitely goes against the grain of what society thinks you should do.
The type of environment you put them in, it's a whole different type of interaction.
Yeah, I kind of don't really hide too much stuff, but I try to bring them around people that are respectfully hiding the right stuff, right? Because like we're adults,
Like environment you tend to put them in around, like it's all environment of love. It's not really like out here in the real world public school every day. Everyone's all being mean. Everyone's miserable.
Yeah,
living the day-to-day life. It's just
got to carry some of that around with you.
Yeah, we're like out at a place being happy, and you're letting them enjoy the brighter side of it all the time, and it's just different interactions that most kids don't get to see.
Thank you. I've never heard it put that way.
Carl dropping the truth.
I got into it as a kid, so like I saw a difference from my early childhood to where about 15 years old, I got introduced to this, and now I'm a whole different person than I was meant to be. I wasn't meant to be on this podcast. I was meant to be swinging a hammer somewhere.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. Listen to you. Look, yeah,
why is Carl
sharing your it's all about experiences and how we can pass it down. So people don't have to, hopefully experience some of the same BS we had experienced.
Yeah, for sure. What about your craziest show story? Like every musician has that one wild show story where, like, what's the craziest thing that's happened at a gig, or that you experienced? Yeah.
You want this one or? All right,
man. Go ahead. You got it?
All right, man.
Pretty big rage were going when you played at Film Stop too, man. That was a pretty deep crowd.
The one that comes to mind, at least, was I won't even say the name of the town, but
That's something. Okay, so who's gonna see?
it was a tour. It was a tourist town, and not known for its partying, but like I've never seen it like this. And I'm playing near a dock, and this boat comes and docks up, and this older gentleman and his son, probably around our age, seem to be on the boat with these two, what I imagine are a little younger ladies, probably like in their 20s, maybe, I don't know, maybe 30s, who knows. But I'm seeing them from probably 50 yards away, and just the one of the young guys, I think, gets off the boat with one of the gals, and then the other gal who's with this much older man, he sits down, and then she kind of sits down just in a different way to where she disappears, and she's doing exactly what you think she's doing, and everybody can see it, and now everybody's starting to yell like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I think they might even pulled in with her unclothed, but I don't know. I'm trying to play, and I just have some passionate love actions happening behind me, and you kind of you don't know if you're supposed to keep going, because now it's caused a scene with the like patrons of the establishment. Like there's families there, I'm sure there's other stories that if I thought about would be just as good. They might incriminate me. So in terms of crazy that I've gotten to witness, that was one of the wilder ones.
That is pretty wild, man.
But party on in the USA, whatever Miley said, or I don't know. Who am I to judge? So it ended up, escalating to argumentation. The security had to make the boat leave. This old guy's just standing literally with his pants down. I don't know, man. I play a lot of gigs. I've never seen that before. So
That's it.
Yeah.
Locals should get funny on you.
Tourist town.
I mean, when you pop that pill, you got, it's go time. I mean,
Yeah.
you just can't help it, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
So I ain't wasting it.
Yeah, I ain't wasting it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certain it was just drinking. It's a drinking town,
too,
but
yeah.
maybe they're partying harder. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna plead the fifth on a lot of the shows that I did, just to make sure that I don't actually say some stuff, because I'll just start yapping, like I shouldn't have said that. But one time I was running a stage crew for Schwackstock, and it was a monitor guy back there with a buddy of mine named Joe, and he's like, "Okay, it's kind of chilling. We're kind of doing our thing. Let's eat a little bit of mushrooms." I was like, "Okay, cool." So we started eating some mushrooms. Next thing I know, this dude jumps up in the middle of the stage, butt naked, butt ass naked. I swear. When I tell you that
Classic.
it was
Didn't break, though. Didn't break.
Didn't break, baby. Hell yeah. No, I was like, man, this guy was naked. And it was our job to run over there and just make sure he doesn't, mess the band up, and the band just keeps going and stuff. So, and we ran over there. It was like, let him know, like, hey, come on, it's okay. Come this way. And the look in his eyes, I've never seen anybody just complete blackness. He was gone, completely gone. And we just walked him over to the side of the stage, and he like got down and like left. And I think that was the biggest, just like, okay, so this is a beautiful community that we are all welcome, as long as we just don't be weird about it, and don't, cross certain lines and boundaries. I haven't come across anybody that wasn't tolerable to somebody that was going a little off the rails at one of your festivals. We're all pretty much like, hey, I got you, I try to bring that with me. That's probably the craziest that's happened to me, like on a stage,
I take care of
That's fun.
It was fun, brother. And he was just like, oh, I was like, oh God, like I don't know who's more fucked up right now, but I think that he's more fucked up because I can't see any white in his eyes. Let me just let me go walk him over here. Yeah, it was intense.
That's wow. You got any crazy stories from your life on the road?
Man, Hillberry alone was pretty wild. We just went and did that in October. A lot of different people. Like we saw a cow, a chicken, a duck, and an entire parade of gingers in the span of 45 minutes. And me and Kyle didn't know what to think. And Brian, I forgot Brian was there. I was like, only Brian's like third festival, so like Hillberry, that was pretty big for that dude.
They're just out there living their best life, baby.
But I remember at one of your shows, it was the really hot one at Neck Mountain. That kid ate like way too many mushrooms, locked himself in the porta potty, and
It locked itself in a porta potty. Yeah.
Also classic.
yeah, that was a good one.
Strings was wild when we went through that damn storm.
Oh yeah,
that was wild. I mean, they had like a tornado had went through Strings on the Kings, basically. And,
oh no! Kidding.
I make jokes when I'm nervous, and we're all sitting in a box truck. Everyone wanted Carl to shut up. But I couldn't, man.
Bring a little levity there.
Yeah, we're posted up in a U-Haul truck, just waiting to storm out.
It was like 11:30 at night. I was just out of nowhere, like, I bet my family's at home sleeping.
Yeah,
we're hunkering down, hoping that, because like, man, it was like 3 miles from us or something. Like that. It was real close.
Yeah, when we left going home, we just seen all the destruction down the road. It was like, oh wow,
damn,
destruction.
That one tree fell on that person's camper a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. One thing about storms, they always bring people together. You know, because there's only so much shelter, you know, so we all got to kind of get in a tight space, man, you know, and get to know each other a little bit.
Like at a campground,
Mo
sure.
hunkered down in our, didn't we have Mo hunkered down with us for a little bit?
Yep.
That's nice. You guys ever heard of Big Rock, or not Big Rock, what was it, Bearcat?
Yeah.
So we've been doing something with one. Yeah, last year, I don't believe it was this past year, 25, but 24, we did our first year there with one-way traffic. We kind of took a weekend. Which we're going to be doing again this year. It's pretty cool, despite the storm. But we had our first year, I don't know, a low, like either like a 1 or a 2 cell came through there and tore up trees, like ripped them in half, and we were on stage. And I should have just told this story earlier. What the fuck? But we were on stage, and it was jamming, and we seen lightning in the distance, and they asked, they're like, you want to call it? And I was like, I'm going to keep going until the storm makes us quit, you know? Next thing you know, all the power went off in the campground. And this gust of wind came from the side and knocked down all the lighting rig and everything on top of us. And it was dark. And that, you know, that stage is like 10 feet high or something. My kids were there and everything. Despite all that, we're going back in this year. You know?
Hit it again.
But it was crazy. The only cover that you had there is kind of like that building.
Right.
And it was starting to flood. And we were all standing in there in the water, like, you know, with the tornado going on. And it was one of the best times, man. You know, just no power, no cell phones, no nothing. Everybody's just sitting there like talking, you know, and being like in the moment. You know, it's like, I don't know, I love that kind of.
Yeah.
I don't like standing in water too much, but like I like that.
Right. So speaking of festivals, you both play festivals and community events and such. But what makes a festival crowd different than like a bar crowd?
For me, it is the fact that they're there to see you. I play a lot of gigs where they didn't even know there was going to be music, which, you know, is kind of its own fun way to do it and challenge. And it's cool stuff to learn, or learn how to be successful at, or, you know, get people interested or, you know, involved, dancing, clapping, whatever. But the festival, I just love everything about it. You know, the idea that you bring a lot of bands together. You know, especially some fests will kind of vary it, and some will kind of keep it tighter throughout the genres. Either one, I think, is great. You're either getting exposed to new stuff, or you're getting a lot of what you already like. And camping part is, I'm a big fan of the camping part. Big part of the community part. Big fan of the community part. Sorry. But from like a show side, like playing a festival, people dance way easier. You know, you don't have to play these like hokey songs, right? Like these top 40s songs to get people looking up at or involved with you. Also, the songs that you can cover that are cool are like actual songs you would want to cover. That like maybe other places would be like, oh, that's a deep cut, or it's just a cool dead song or something, right? And people appreciate that at the festivals usually. Maybe not every kind of festival, but just like, I don't know, like the kind of songs you can play at festivals are way more fun to play. You can jam out, you don't lose, like people really invest in the music,
Yeah.
That's kind of the best part compared to playing for just maybe like a casual audience, coming by for just a few minutes, or maybe just, didn't even know there's music gonna be there that night. So that has its own fun, but
Absolutely, man. The music. I remember that was the thing that really shocked me whenever I went to my first festival was quality of music. Like, man, you can see like music at bars, and sometimes it's good, but most times it's covers, right? But the quality of just original music I've never heard, and it just touched me like it was a song that has been on the radio that I've been listening to forever. That's just what music separates for me, and the fact that we can go to sleep and like wake up right next to like these same awesome people, for a whole weekend. It's like a summer camp full of like people that are like me, and I can bring my kids, and I don't know. It's like not even a comparison in the bars, like I wish we could just play nothing but festivals.
yeah, it's so much happier. Yeah, it's so much more fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heck yeah. Who are some let's talk about music influences. Like, who are some artists that shaped your sound the most?
For me, the most, I don't know, like I guess recently, like from being like high school to college areas, like probably like one of the strongest one was like Slightly Stupid, especially throughout time, like the way they developed, as like a 3-piece kind of like this SoCal punk reggae, acoustic stuff too. I don't know, some skater punk, whatever you want to call it. And then they kind of grew into this, like this jam, and they started doing recording at Bob Ware's studio, I think Tri-Point Studios maybe. And seeing them jam together, and they started off this 3-piece band, and they grew into this like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9-person band at shows. We've seen them at festivals where I think it was around that 6 or 7, something like that. But seeing that and seeing how they've developed their sound, that's always been a big influence. Like of all the bands I could say I really liked, like they're the one I've gotten to see like how they've grown it, I think is the coolest. I'd say they're number one for me.
Nice. I didn't really have a choice when I was younger, to be honest with you. Whatever my family's listened to, that's what I listened to, and it was a lot of old rock and roll and no diss in that, but as I got a little older, my palate kind of got a little, I don't want to say any derogatory terms because I don't want to say like if you like that, that's awesome. I still like that. I still like put on some good old rock and roll, back in the day. But whenever it's just not quite hitting, and then you find something, and you're like, what's that color? Like, what is that? And then you just kind of start stumbling and growing, and then start developing taste and old soulful music, like that's half the reason that I play with him other than the vibes is like I just feel what he's saying, it's that soul, baby, like. And then, like we were talking on the way up here, one of the bands that really changed the fact of, that you have to have these members the whole time, like was the Grateful Dead. They would have so many different, eras of like members that, they were growing and shedding and just still doing the thing, and that was later on in life. I didn't even find out who they were until I was like 25 or 26 or later, and it was just a whole new thing. So, I mean, shoot. I get influenced by everything it touches, unfortunately, and nowadays it's a little more palatable. Thanks to this guy a lot, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What's that one song you do, man? That, I wonder where I've been. What is that?
I don't know.
Find the love within. I ain't got to let you know.
What You Won't Do for Love.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
yeah.
You know
Sorry.
that well. Oh, no, you're good, baby. Shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it justice, but that's what I hear in my head.
Oh, my bad.
So what artists or what bands y'all listening to right now when y'all like on the road or just chilling at home?
Oh man, let me pull up my Spotify. You got my memory now for real. Like
I've been trying to learn a lot of songs, so a lot of times it's that. But
It's all over
In
the
terms
scene.
of just pure enjoyment, I don't even know her name. She's wonderful, but she sings that song, "The Man I Need." Talk to me,
Oh
the
yeah,
man that I need. Yeah. Oh god, that's the best song I've heard in a long time on
Who
the
is it? Like
radio.
Olivia Rodriguez or something like that.
I don't know
no.
that song.
It's on the
It might
radio,
be
yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sabrina
But
Carpenter, maybe?
I don't think it's that.
I don't even know what song you're talking about. I'll be honest.
It's just
valiant effort, brother.
I can't say enough good things about the music, how it was arranged, just how
Hail
fun,
Marys.
how it's a good song. It's a lovely song.
Nice.
It made me excited so much. I've probably listened to it on repeat for an obsessive amount of times.
Yeah. I say one of the biggest artists that I was listening to recently, and I didn't even know who he was, but Shuggy Otis. You ever heard of him? It's such a deep cut. Yeah, it came from actually Andy Doris was hitting me up one night. He's like, "Have you heard this guy? And I was like, no. Checked them all out, all fire. I'm like, God damn, this is crazy, dude. Yeah. So,
Olivia Dean?
Yeah, I think so.
Did we say that name?
No.
We said Olivia Rodrigo.
That's what I thought. Olivia Dean. I think that's her name. Sorry.
Oh no. Hey, you got to throw it out when it cuts there, dude. Yeah, dude, absolutely.
She's great. I didn't want to not say her name.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Shout out Olivia D.
Shout out, Olivia.
Shout out.
You're wonderful.
So let's talk about your songwriting process, fellas. So like when a new song comes together for you, how does it usually start? Is it lyrics first, guitar riff, or something random that hits you? Maybe a dream.
Shoot, it's always kind of random. I'll say there's plenty of times that when it does happen, I don't even feel like I'm doing it. Like it just sort of, I just like put my hand in the air in the ether and I just pull something down. I'm just like, oh, okay. And it just develops and it just sort of happens. And then you get musicians put it together with you and it just kind of starts to turn into something that has its own life and its own, breathes and stuff. And it constantly flows and it's never the same. But then sometimes like you'll have a riff, guitar riff that I'm like trying to, figure out some stuff too. And that also helps my vocal pattern sometimes too, because I'll sing with my, I find a riff and I'm like, and you can kind of develop a melody that way as well, and also kind of train my fingers to sort of do things that they didn't know how to do, and also vice versa, my voice to do things that it didn't know how to do. Like if I'm like dun dun dun, and I'm like hitting that little half note, my voice doesn't want to go there, and you can just kind of hit it and train your voice to be like, okay, and then that your voice knows it can go there. That's, I don't know, I developed that when I was messing around, being in bed. Like, what can I do right here sitting in bed? So. What about you?
Man, I can't say I have like a consistent process, but I would say mostly it's usually I'll kind of come up with a little groove or like a progression that I like.
The best groove.
And it just, for whatever reason, it feels like more, okay, I'll try to like invest into this and like write to it. But there's occasionally like you'll be driving and you'll kind of come up with like a fun lyric or something. And so my phone's full of little one-liners or whatever. And sometimes while like recording that, you might think of another line for it. So you kind of like get maybe even the beginnings of a chorus or something. But usually it's music first for me, at least. I don't know. I'll take any way they give me, baby. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, like here recently, I've been kind of burdened like the other way too, because I'm the same way as you. Like, I always come up with the music first, and the words just flow from what I'm feeling. But like Jessica, she writes words, so she'll give me words and be like, "Okay, can we make a song out of this?" So that's always the hardest for me, is to try to figure out. Okay, so I have to get into like the head, like what she was thinking what I thought she was thinking when she wrote these words, and kind of try to get something from it, But that's hard doing it that way, in my opinion. But maybe not for some other people, but yeah, I always do it the music first too.
Yeah. I like if I think of it words first, I'm usually thinking of it like singing it, So maybe I'll have to find out what those chords are later. But yeah, I've never like done like poetry or like, just words without some kind of something to attach it to, I guess.
Yeah. You're talking with them grooves, baby.
So let's speaking about talking about cannabis. There's this long relationship between cannabis and music culture. Do you think it's actually like helps creativity, or is it just a stereotype?
Absolutely helps.
Whoa, that's controversial. I
Depends how well you do with cannabis, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe.
speaking from personal experience.
Just put some people down too much, probably.
Well, I would certainly say for some people it probably does, but I also think the concept that you have to rely on anything, to access creativity. I would like to think that maybe you don't. I could be totally wrong. I really don't know. But I mean, no doubt that there's been great songs, especially ones that I love, and probably ones I don't even know of, just written about marijuana or whatever, cannabis. Just like there's great drinking songs, there's great smoking songs, and I like them both.
Oh yeah,
For sure. It kind of quiets my brain enough to be able to just feel, as opposed to think too much about things. That's what helps me out personally for it. But yeah, no, I get it. Sometimes people get anxiety and their chemistry doesn't quite.
Yeah, sometimes I think it could, for me, I don't know, I could see it's totally ruining my day.
Which cannabis isn't just THC. Like maybe someone can take a little bit of CBD and just relax themselves, and that'll help you.
That's a great point.
It's not all about inebriation, getting high and stuff. It's medicinal plant.
But the idea of you're at least entering a different perspective in a space that you wouldn't have otherwise been in, and perhaps something can come out of that wouldn't have otherwise been produced. I think that's valid.
Right.
Just that pure speculation.
You gotta have the space.
Yeah.
Because I look at it as like a salt on a steak. Like if you ain't got the steak, why are you eating salt?
Sure. I'm sure. Surely there's plenty of artists that would say, I was definitely inspired by, or because I was, smoking or whatever, I felt this level of inspiration. So I think that's all valid.
Yeah, Willie probably could.
Yeah.
Marley, Willie.
Yeah. Who are these legends? I would never deny any of them.
Yeah. And if your goal is to write a song about smoking weed, I mean, I'm sure you're probably smoking weed when you write that song.
But in a similar way, I like drinking some beers and writing some songs. Yeah, I don't know. I like it all.
Yeah, no discrimination.
What about psychedelics and then playing?
Boy, I made that mistake once with him at a Headz festival.
Yes.
I want to say it was Jack Mountain.
Yeah.
One outside of Springfield, right?
Mhm.
Was that the second
Seymour.
second or third one?
It was like so cold.
It was the one it snowed.
Oh yeah.
The first day coming in.
I was there for that.
Just small little, nothing
My brother was
accumulated.
getting married. I missed that one.
Yeah. But
Lord, hot.
I don't really regularly do mushrooms, and if I do, it'll be like once or twice a year at a festival when I'm done with my responsibilities, typically. And I don't know what encouraged me to think I was done. Maybe I wasn't aware, but there's a song I'll do with him occasionally, and it's just a little verse that I wrote for him. It's a dumb idea to try to do it on anything because there's a lot of tongue twisting stuff that I don't know why I wrote it, to be honest. But it's fun to do. It's fun to do if you can do it, if you can nail it, you know. And I thought I had enough experience with shrooms at that point in terms of festivals, essentially, that I knew what I was getting myself into, and ended up being a penis envy, which I had not had before, and that was a completely different thing. And I was just, for like an hour or so leading up to it, your vocals had gone out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jess sang your most of your stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I played with him the night before. And
Yeah.
it was so cool, and I lost my voice next day.
Yeah, it was.
Jessica learned all those lyrics in an hour.
It was that show. So even more it would be really useful if I could figure out just at least this 30-second part for him. And I just I don't know. Everything worked right. It all worked out well. But boy, the 2 hours before, I don't even know if it's 2 hours, like an hour maybe before I had to get up there, was nerve-wracking. And what was the question? Was it about what do I feel about mushrooms? That's what I feel about mushrooms. That's what I feel about psychedelics. I can't speak on much beyond.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, I can't speak much about beyond. I couldn't tell you much about acid. I don't know, but that's how I feel about shrooms.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think they've got a lot of awesome uses. The way like cannabis or the hemp plant in general, like beyond just smoking and enjoying medicinally, the ways you can use it in manufacturing or maybe not with mushrooms, but just like the different things that you can do with them. Pretty cool to me.
Yeah, they definitely have the right place and right time.
Yeah.
Their uses, and too much of anything would be bad, obviously.
Sure.
Made
I
that
love
mistake.
that.
Yeah,
Made that one.
Yeah, but even like the littlest amount for me kind of helps me daily. If I'm going through some hard times, hey, just microdosing. Like I'm not. It's not beneath me to say that I'd rather do that over pharmaceuticals all day long.
Yeah.
So, but as far as like, taking a macro dose or however you want to say it and playing, that's kind of terrifying sometimes.
Yeah.
Recreational dose.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played real boozed up before, and there's like 2 or 3 shows in particular that just were slop and terrible. I can't imagine like maybe a little would be fine. But like, yeah, actually like tripping. I can't even imagine what that'd be like trying to like conduct any. Maybe you don't need to. Maybe you just let it ride, baby. Maybe you just let it ride.
I remember
Maybe that's the great part.
I remember watching a Woodstock documentary, and Carlos Santana was talking about how he went on stage, and right before he went on stage,
Dead dosed him?
Jerry
Oh,
Garcia
yeah.
dosed him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was on stage, and he said the guitar turned into a snake.
That's terrifying.
And he's trying to control it,
Yeah. It's terrifying. And maybe he's got a different relationship with snakes than I do. I don't have
I don't want to play one.
I'm throwing that guitar down.
I don't have a bad relationship with snakes, but if they just like if something I was so certain about turned into something I was so uncertain about, I would be so uncertain. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
Boy, I'd probably run away.
Yeah. It'd be hard to finish that show.
I can't imagine giving you a good show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But a little goes a long way in terms of like calming the nerves, at least, I bet, for some people. I've been that way before, especially when I was younger, like a shot beforehand or even, like a joint or whatever. But I don't know if I'd go too down the rabbit hole, ever for anything. I don't know. Maybe you should though. I don't know. I'm not the person you should take advice from, but
A little liquid before the set. Like,
maybe. And what if it works well for you?
Yeah.
Like who am I to say? Boy.
hey, I don't know. It worked for them, I guess.
I mean, the Dead, they did it,
Yeah, it
For
seemed,
sure. Yeah.
it seemed to really work well for them. Yeah.
I definitely watch it.
And maybe if I did that, I've never really been an acid guy, but I could think of the shrooms equivalent. Maybe if I did it regularly, it wouldn't be a big deal at all. I've had bandmates who would do that, and different percussionists or drummers, and they seemed like it was no problem. So just laying down the beat, no problem. So that's off to you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You remember Corey Lou in the Village?
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
I remember.
his guitar player, he's an animal, man. Like,
They're all phenomenal. Oh God, they're all animals, man.
I'm
So good.
well, not only on the guitar, but I'm talking about like on a psychedelic level, and
shit.
getting crazy before a
Yeah,
show.
fun.
Dang,
Yeah, like
rock on, brother.
he played at it was over in Doniphan at 1808, the little bar there.
Yeah,
And before it was like a pre-show for the festival, and he had ate some mushrooms before he went on stage. And I was looking at him on stage. I'm like, he's about to hit him. He's about to hit him. And they did. And he was like, started sweating. But he kept on fucking rocking it out. And he said, I couldn't stand up. So he had to sit down on the edge of the stage and fucking play the whole fucking set sitting down. But besides that, I mean, he killed it.
Yeah, lovely game, baby.
That's the scary part for me is I think like I could probably fake it on just like playing and hanging out, especially if there's a band. But oh boy, am I going to mess up some words?
If it even comes out at all.
Yeah, or
It'd
just
be
get
mush.
real tongue tied, or just repeat things. Probably I do a lot of that. So I already do that without that. So, geez,
For sure.
So, like, the hard truth about being a musician, like, what's something people think is glamorous about being a musician that actually isn't? Is it the hotel stays, or is it
a hotel? Boy, that would be glamorous. I could only dream of such a luxury. I found one of the finer places to dispose of poop, is at Love's. So, and there's usually a Love's, especially if you're traveling on the interstate or the highway. The reassuring thing is you can usually find a clean pooper open 24/7 hours of the day. Thank you, Love's. Thank you for your mission.
Shout out to our
Shout out to
sponsors.
Love's.
Shout out to Love's. And shout out to all the other big box stores. And that's honestly, that's it. Is how do you stay clean? Because honestly, like the level I'm doing it at, there's not a lot of hotel stays unless it's like, oh, the venue got us a hotel, which is always nice, but like, I'm just used to being in the car or whatever, and staying clean is kind of annoying in so many ways, or it's not the same as waking up, walking down to the restroom, taking a shower. So you find ways around it. They're like gym memberships. There's basically a Planet Fitness anywhere. Yep. There's also a bunch of parks, especially in where we're at, that a lot of them have showers or campsites like that. So I don't know. Once you do it long enough, it's not a big deal. But I think in the beginning, it's like, whoa. And just eating crappy food, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like you get both. You get really, really good food at some of the places you play at, but you'll also get like 3 a.m. You got nothing but. I'd hate to hate on them, so I won't say their names. But the options that are open at 3 a.m. on a highway and interstate. It's like that's what we're doing, baby. So it's just.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, man.
Yeah.
Just the options, brother.
Yeah.
Dude, New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving, whatever. Like, yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah, that can be lonely too. Like coming back, I don't know. It's lonely out there. No. Like I always play, well, not always, but I often play like New Year's Eve, or like Valentine's Day, maybe. So like, girls don't love that. Even though, I don't know, like they like you to be around for those 2 holidays. Yeah. That's kind of inconvenient about playing music, stuff like that.
It's almost like being an on the road trucker if you have a family.
Yeah.
You're going to be going away for a while. You just got to trust that your partner's letting them know how much you love them, that you're working, and that's probably the hardest part, is just wanting to be home around your family. I mean, it's easy whenever, like I said, I wish we play festivals all the time because you can bring your family or you're around like-minded people. But traveling, sometimes you just kind of run into, road, a lot of loneliness, a lot of trying to figure out what gas station's the best and what's not, and what food to eat, what's going to make you have to go to the restroom even more on the way, so. Yeah, it can be lonely, but then the times that really feel it, you're like, man, this is why I do this. Look at all these people enjoying, and me enjoying it. Like, it's almost like a medicine that we can all take at the same time. That's just, pass through frequencies. It's insane. Worth it.
Oh, yeah. So, like, let's say someone discovers your music in 20 years from now. What do you hope they feel when they hear it?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I hope they don't hate it.
Hope it moves them as much as it was hard to write from the soul.
Yeah. Like I would like, we play a lot of songs that aren't even close to being our generations of songs. So in the same way that like we appreciate songs from like the 60s or 50s and even earlier, sometimes later, it would be cool if like our live shows, at least for me, if like, that's mostly my content is live music. And if people listen to that and enjoy it the same way, like I listen to, a live band from the 70s or whatever, that'd be cool. That'd be great. It makes you want to get a little funky, dude. That'd be cool.
Got them Blake Gardner tapes hanging around.
I don't need to, it doesn't need to make you emotional. I'm not trying to make you cry or make you feel lovey-dovey, but if it makes you dance that'd be cool. That's all I could ever want.
Time, man. That's why I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I when I write music, a lot of times the words are just from the soul to the point to where like they might be, lessons that I've learned that I almost like want to try to pass down like secret messages, sort of, that aren't so secretive, because they're so just vague, but something that I learned that made me feel this way. Vaguely write it, package it so that, someone can learn whatever they want from that, take whatever they need from that, and it be their own interpretation to just help them through whatever time. Because there's times I listen to music that it puts things into words, and and I just heard something. It might not even be what they said, like one phrase that triggered something. Then I'm like, oh, that's what the piece I've been missing. I just hope that I could just be like a piece of whatever cog that someone need. That's all I can ever hope for. To be honest with you, whether it be dancing, or fucking crying and laughing, or being like, man, I should do that, right?
Yeah, I try not to do too many. I don't know. There's a place for all that stuff. I just boy, I like dancing.
The good thing
I sure do like dancing.
I really like. I don't know. I just like happy stuff like that. I always did. I always like that happy stuff.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like hiding those like lessons in the dancing, right? It's like sad, but it's like it doesn't sound sad, right?
Well, and maybe I liked it. I don't know. Maybe that's why I like it. It's just.
I'm saying, like I read your words. You got
uplifter.
Deep ass words.
Oh no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, like, worst gigs you ever played? Like, is there a gig that you played that you're saying like, I ain't never doing that again?
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah.
We ain't gotta say no names.
Please fifth on that one again, but
sure.
it happens. It does.
Yeah.
I would almost love to say their name so that people avoid it and avoid the
team player
dumb little
Projected.
scam that they do to people.
Say it loud.
Feel nice.
All right. Next time.
I'm sure by description it won't be hard to figure out. There's this venue in Denver on the Green Mile, and it's a cool place. I'll give them that. Nice staff. Got everything else going for them. But boy, did they... I mean, this was me being dumb and young and not having a contractor, but whatever. We had to give these tickets out to like keep track of who came to see us, and they were color coded between bands. So we pick up this stack of like 200 tickets the night before, because we're not from Colorado, and I'm not going to drive to all my friends' houses in the different mountain towns of Colorado around Denver to drop off these tickets. And a lot of them didn't come in when like we were off stage, like they came in while we were playing. So it's like, not like I don't know. Whatever. It was a free show anyways. That's why the ticket thing was silly. But long story short, just no pay. And the guy did say, hey, you didn't bring any tickets in. We brought in plenty. Well, not plenty, but we brought in like 10 friends at least, if not like 15-ish, which, for us, like back then, not bad. Like, you didn't bring in anybody. So I can smoke you up a bowl. I said, boy, howdy. Well, I guess I'll take that. Because I was young and I didn't have the confidence to be like, hey, are you sure? Because you didn't see us like hanging out with our friends. Like, I know they didn't have this color-coded ticket system, but you can't see how that could be like a little hard for a Missouri band to accomplish in such short time, right? Like handing out these tickets to your friends, right? Again, free show. I want to reiterate, free show. You didn't have to have a ticket. That's how we wanted to pay people out. So, I had a similar thing happen to a spot in, I shouldn't say the name, but just didn't
closer to home.
Yeah, didn't want to pay us anything. And like that one, I think because of this early experience, I had like a little more chutzpah. And I was like, hey, feller, those are our friends. He asked, like, did you really bring anybody out? I was like, well, yeah, those guys. He was like, okay. We got $75.
Wow.
Right,
$75. We got $75.
Yeah, take advantage of the good people.
It's better than nothing, I guess. And, I was also much younger, so whatever. I'll call it a W.
Yeah. Exposure. Get to play music.
Yeah.
Right.
I've already told everybody in that town. I mean, they all agree. They suck, so.
Yeah.
I don't think they're even open anymore, so.
Karma.
Well, just, I don't know, like, especially the small dudes, like, actually playing shows where you're selling tickets at. Like, if you can play a gig and get a decent paycheck, you could at least, like, come on, a couple $100, come on. I don't know.
I'll have to ask.
Especially if you're selling tickets. That's, reiterate that. As long as, it matches up. I'm not saying go broke. I don't know. I could be. I'm not a business guy.
Yeah.
Gonna say that too. Gonna say I'm not the one to be saying advice on that either. So
Yeah, shout out to you venues out there, but make sure you pay your artists, treat them good, feed them good, smoke them out. You know what I mean?
Yes, please.
I mean,
We're hungry out there, man.
They hungry.
It loves.
Good hospitality will bring them back.
I mean, good hospitality goes a long way, man.
and also artists.
Yeah.
Make sure you have like a gas money guarantee. Don't be dumb like me. So yeah,
Yeah, I
there's
think
better ways.
there was a time that we played in Arkansas as a festival. They're not a festival anymore, but I can't remember what they're called. I think my brain just erased them. They promised us that, we drove all the way down there and brought some good members, and I paid them all out of my pocket, and because what are you going to do? Like, got to make sure that you take care of your people, man, regardless, and eat that fucking bullet. So, it just really does suck when you just run into those people that are just trying to take advantage.
Did they not
of
pay you?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Well, they gave us a check, and I cashed it at my bank. Paid everybody, and then it bounced. I think with like
that's even
negative,
worse.
like $1,500, some shit like that.
I'd rather tell me you're effing me without,
Right, like write me a check.
let me go home with my dignity at least,
Yeah.
instead of surprising me with a bounce check.
Yeah, so it really does. It's hard to bounce back from that.
I've had that happen a couple times. It was just people using old checks, so it got worked out. But
Yeah.
I have played at a festival where it was under assumption you were getting paid, and it was like one of the big national festivals in the region. I'm sure you could figure it out which one it was too. But it was I don't know. It was kind of like assumed you're getting like a little something because the other one would give you a little small check, nothing like crazy, but like this one was way further away. And then I think that year they didn't pay a lot of artists out, not just the small guys, but like the big dudes.
They changed their name.
And, well, they're no longer around.
Oh,
So,
nice.
I don't know. Like, yeah, it's just not a good look. I don't know. Maybe they overpromised and overdelivered, but undersold. So I get it. Crap happens. Surely there's some form of insurance for that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know, man. Insurance will being a good person. Right? We all know.
Yep.
We're all gonna freaking know, man.
Hey, just a little gas money goes a long way.
Yeah.
I was happy with the experience, to their credit. It was an awesome weekend, but if I would have known, I would have saved a little money,
Yeah.
not spend it all on cool hat pins.
Not a bad
Thought I was buying souvenirs, dude.
Hat pins add up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Especially once
They
you look
sure
at your
do.
hat and
Yeah.
you realize, man, this hat's worth a few $100.
The cooler ones are more expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just like everything,
End
man.
up with a real expensive backpack or something out of nowhere.
Mhm. Yeah, like that one right there. That's dope.
I don't know the value of anything. You could tell me something's $1,000, be like, you're selling it to me for $500? Okay. Yeah, it'd be worth $10. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just want to support. I like it. I love that Shakedown Street.
Absolutely.
Boy, I tell you. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite. I didn't even get to say that. That's one of my favorite things about festivals is just the vendors and food trucks,
Yeah.
particularly.
Good call.
So we talked about the worst gig. What's the best crowd, the best gig you ever played? Like, it just stands out to you. It's been memorable to you.
Yeah, there's been a few. Oh, I don't know, man. Probably like a Headz show. Of course. Oh yeah, I know which one. I know exactly which one, dude. It was Grateful. I don't even know if it was called Grateful Fest at that time because it was the first one. I think.
Camp
Right?
Out a Retreat.
Yeah, it was the camp. Yeah, it was AK and the 1D was scheduled, and when we filled in, I think. And
Sure.
so all these people expecting a really good band, and then we kind of like, hey.
And that's what they got. That's what they got. What are you talking about?
Well, that's the thing is like that was a good night for us too. You know what I mean? And like
That's when we started following y'all after that show. I was like,
right,
man,
yeah.
that's
It was like all these
When
groups
you
of
get
people.
down.
Like I think we knew like maybe 3 or 4 people there, and that was it. But like everybody else was new to us. We hadn't met anybody, but like a couple people we knew from like stuff like Elderberry or whatever. But it was like all new people, and then you also were all dancing like pretty quickly, like, and that was cool. And yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I'll say that one.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, brother, man.
Yeah,
Making
yeah.
that happen, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. What'd you say it used to be called? Like, so we camp out?
I think it was just called Grateful Camp Out.
Camp
or
out, Grateful Retreat.
I think
Grateful
it was-
Retreat.
I think I was at the second.
There's a
or
float trip,
third
right?
one.
Mhm.
Where was that at? What?
This was at Donovan.
Donovan.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
I came in whenever you guys had the stage at that one spot. Whenever you come in and to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one that I had. That was when I played with Blake. Actually, I was so nervous. I just met him. He's like, "You want to play?" I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, yeah, I
He's like, can you
remember
send
that.
me all these head charts and everything? I prepared so hard, and then I went up there and we just jammed.
Yeah, we probably didn't use any of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
that was when I met you at the
Kinda
fire.
common.
Yes, sir. Yeah, with the guitar and everything.
Start
Yeah.
picking around a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Showed me how to properly fret a chord. Like I knew where to put my fingers, but I didn't know how to put them
How
on
to
the
arch the
fretboard
fingers.
properly.
Sure.
Heck yeah, man. Got to be a good influence for the younger generation coming up, man. You know.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Hey. Well, technically, I think I'm an uncle, but
Thanks, Uncle.
Yeah. So one of my friends play. His name's Gavin. He plays saxophone.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with his friends after one of the shows, and he was like, "Oh, I think Fleetwood's uncle status," and I was like, "What is that?" I looked up. I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's probably me." Like, that's why I'll take that shit, man. I earned it, but made it on the other side of it, you know.
You ever got like a dream artist you open up for?
Man, it would probably be slightly stupid, truthfully. Like, Beach Boys, like, okay, in terms of inspiration, my parents were real into that and it kind of made us listen to that, like the old 50s, 60s, before the classic rock, like the soft stuff. The early Beatles, even before that. But I was always real drawn to Beach Boys as a little kid. Just that surf guitar sounded cool to me. And they came to our counties, my hometown's counties. They're supposed to come to my hometown county's bicentennial, their 200th birthday, right? And we got asked to play it. So it's like, we're like not opening up, but we're on the same bill as the legendary Beach Boys, And then they're like, "No, we're not coming." And I'm like, dang it. That would have been legendary. If I could open up for the Beach Boys still. And Mike Love. Holla. Either Mike Love. I'll take either of you guys are cool, so the other Mike Love's pretty dope too.
Dude,
Who's your
man.
dream artist?
Oh man, I'd love to open up for just about any one of my dream artists. I don't know. I guess the biggest one that I would want to open up for is probably Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray.
That'd be cool, man. I know it's so cliche to say, but I grew up just watching him just rip on this guitar. It'd be so professional. One time, like I watched him like his string break. He just kept playing. This dude came out and just like took his guitar strap off of him and it's like he was playing and it's real quick. He grabbed and the guy put his guitar strap on. I was like, that's so fucking. Just to like play in front of the crowd that likes that stuff. Because I was trying to think, man, like what crowd, kind of is the same crowd or a crowd that I would love, to be a part of. And, it'd probably be his crowd. So any blues artist, really, soul blues, really, that'd be a real nice crowd to be a part of.
Yeah, I always wanted to throw like a straight blues festival.
Be sick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good blues in St. Louis for sure. And
Yeah,
surrounding
yeah.
areas. Yeah.
Yeah. Kansas City too.
Oh yeah.
Just, I imagine along the river,
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know if
Pulps
you
and
guys
Chicago blues.
ever heard of Coldwater Creek, but it's I met this guy's name Cole Allen, and I mean, what I like most about the blues is like you can't really fake it, like you either feel it or you don't. Sometimes you meet these cats that are just speaking the language; they're just literally just like not even thinking about it. Just whoosh. This is one of the guys when he plays the guitar, it's like I can just watch it, and I mean. I watched him at this little mead hall recently, and it's only a matter of time for something like that just takes off. So if you ever, long story short, if you ever have a blues festival, let me know. I'll throw you so many names. Like check these guys
sure.
out, man. I friggin'
For sure.
a lot of up and comings that would.
Tyler Jackson Stokes.
Oh, Stokes, yeah. I mean, he's freaking doing it.
Jackson
man. He's
Stokes,
traveling around, man.
Yeah, man.
You ever heard of like I think his name's Octavius Willis from there, St. Louis?
I'm gonna check him out too.
Who is the great grandson of what's the legend? Oh, what's the legend blues player in St. Louis?
I know you're talking. We're trying to think of his
Charles.
name.
No, Oh, come
Not the
on.
legend. Roland
Buck Cherry.
Johnson.
Chuck Berry.
Chuck
Buck
Berry.
Cherry.
Oh,
Chuck Berry, I think, I'm pretty sure it's Chuck Berry's grandson is gigging a lot.
Charlie's doing it too. I thought you were talking about Roland Johnson. My bad. He's
All roll your jump.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But yeah, isn't it Chuck Berry's grandkid that's like Chuck the Third or something? I think that's what he even goes by.
Yeah, he's
But,
coming around doing
yeah, he's playing around in St. Louis. I know he's playing out with a fella I know on keys and
Ethan.
well, the keys dude was in Denver, but it's a dude that used to play with
I know who
Stokes.
you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah, he teaches now out there.
Yeah, but yeah, so that'd be a cool blues, like local, regional, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can get together and get some good names, for sure. That's a good
Chuck the Third.
Maybe.
Holla.
Shout out.
Yeah, Octavius, he's a younger guy. He's in his 20s, I would say, but he sounds like that old Delta, you know what I mean? It just,
I love that.
Where's he out of?
Yeah, sir.
I'm pretty sure St. Louis.
St. Louis too?
Yeah.
Makes sense, man.
Don't mind me.
They got a
I'm just
strong blues tradition.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah,
Octavius. What's his last name?
I think it's Willis.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more about the blues scene. I don't know. I've seen some of those blues jams and stuff in St. Louis and one in Kansas City, and there's just some real cool cats. If you ever need a fun night, go to a open blues jam in a town like St. Louis or even Kansas City. Boy, will that be fun. Probably Chicago would be a good place.
Yeah, there's that one in Kansas City. He pulled me along for a gig to open up for him a few years ago. And there's this jazz jam that starts at 1 in the morning. It goes
Oh,
to 9
yeah.
in the morning.
Oh, the Foundation, the Foundry.
Music Foundation, something
Music
like that.
Foundation.
I mean, these guys are
legendary spot.
5-piece suits that are hosting it. Like, they are not fucking around,
Dang, I can't think of the actual
It was
name.
intense. And to the point where you walked in there and, like, they had people lined up, like, waiting to play, and they call you up. Whatever song they're playing, you have to, like, follow along. And if not, you're like almost like musically get like shunned, kind of, like you don't know this. Why are you here at this jam? It's such a prestige jam,
This
it's cool.
one of the band leaders. One time I was there, he started playing like some, I think some like Earth, Wind, and Fire. And the guy who owned the place, very elderly fellow, I believe, just yells up because you're basically like just in a upstairs, second floor of like what feels like a house almost, open second floor. I don't pay you to play that kind of stuff, like maybe some expletives, I don't know. But, like the guy had to go back to like actual jazz, even, like just a funky jam wasn't cool. It wasn't jazz enough,
Yeah, like those guys are real particular.
Yeah, it was a great time. And I think they're doing it.
Got mad at the Catalina wine mixer on Step Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so good.
That's it, baby.
But, there's a blues jam in St. Louis at, what was it, like Route 66 restaurant or something like that. I'm totally butchering that. I don't know my numbers or my roads. But there's a spot in St. Louis. It's not St. Louis proper, maybe Webster Groves or something. I don't know. But they've got an awesome blues jam that features a lot of local St. Louis cats. And then the one in Kansas City, there's another one that's more of a blues jam on Sundays. And boy, I can't think of that. Knuckleheads. Knuckleheads?
That's a kid.
Knuckleheads? I think it's Knuckleheads on Sundays. And we went there just to hang out. And the guys I played with played and jumped up. And it was a killer time. I just watched and like, boy, I shouldn't. And I didn't. But they killed it. And if you need a fun afternoon, go to a blues jam on a Sunday.
We moved over to like the St. Charles area. And they have some really cool blues jams. Like they have a Sunday blues jam at the Moonshine Blues Bar. It's like 4 to 8. That's pretty cool. Tuesdays they have one at this place called Salvatore's Italian.
Yeah, I know Salvatore's.
Yeah, every Tuesday. Just it's like those are the ones that are just rooted, man. Then blues and jazz, like that's where music comes from. Like all the good stuff, even like funk and all that stuff, just the derivative.
Fuck yeah. I got one follow-up question. I know y'all guys got things to do tonight. Y'all got a show tonight, right?
Yep.
We're playing.
Where y'all playing at?
We will be at Jake's Lock Loma Lounge
Boop, boop, boop.
in Poplar Bluff,
highlight.
Missouri. Yeah.
Yes, if you ain't doing anything, swing by, see the fellas.
Big Rock Candy Mountain tomorrow in Jadwin, and then St. Louis at Grant's Farm on Sunday. What's up?
Yeah, that's be fun.
Yeah, come see some animals or something.
Yep. See, my kids are gonna be there.
Drink beer, see animals, and bring your family. Yeah, dude.
Yep, it's gonna be a good time.
I got one more question. So say you're taking a cross-country road trip. It's just you in the car. Your family's got other things going on. And you could pick 3 people to ride with you, either be present or past. Who you rolling with? Carl, I'll start with you. Let them guys think for a minute.
Oh, that's a good one. Man. I don't know. Definitely have to have my dad in there. Grandpa Bill for sure. And, throw Kyle in there. Kyle, my dad, and me get together. It's always a good time.
Okay.
Man. We always got some good jokes cracking. My grandpa's a pretty good wisecracker too. So I feel like that'd be a good time.
Good road trip right there would be. Oh yeah. Me, man, I'm gonna go with some of these celebs on the wall more than likely. I'm gonna have to have Dave Chappelle in the car. I'm gonna have to have Cat Williams in the car. And man, let's Snoop. Snoop, you can ride with me, Snoop.
See, I thought about saying some celebrities and stuff, but man.
Well, that's why I said. That's why I said you can leave your family at home, and it's just you can pick a.
Man, my family's my friends too. Though all my friends with me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
The same. Yeah, I was torn. I'm like, man, I really want just a family. My homes, but Rick Rubin, that'd be cool, right? We'll talk to that guy a little bit. Just like, what up? We got 8 hours, baby girl. Like, pick my brain. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's and there's so many people that I would love to just cruise around with. Fucking, I don't know, make the time just go by slow, but the good kind of slow.
Yeah.
Oh man, boy, much in the same way I don't know roads or numbers. I'm not great with names, but there's the fella that was on that Netflix show and he just did all the drugs. Had glasses, handsome. I don't know. It's a great show, but he just does all the drugs and basically each episode tells you about each drug.
Is that Hamilton, former Coker?
Yes, thank you. Hamilton.
Yeah.
I just love the sound of his voice.
Was it Midnight Gospel or something?
Oh yeah, he's probably on that, I'm sure. I would love to hear that voice on a road trip.
Soothing.
And I was thinking partnered with
Yeah. With Hunter?
as long as he's not driving. As long as he's not driving and not too much of a headache to keep track of.
I try to babysit.
And then, I would say for the third, someone endable. You want that?
Yeah,
you gotta have that.
Yeah.
Someone with great taste in music.
Okay.
And food and beauty and art and grace and honor and love. Someone like Rich Fleetwood, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Someone like Rich Fleetwood, dude. I'm doing it right now. It's been pretty good.
I ain't trying to cry on this podcast.
Bring it on, baby.
I don't know. I like you some celebrities or something. I don't know.
Show me some emotion.
I definitely
Love
want
you,
like a Shane Gillis. That would be funny. I love Shane Gillis. That's my favorite comedian.
Oh, sure.
No, he is hilarious. He's got a great delivery. Gosh. Kill Tony podcast is funny.
Seth Rogen would be fun with having the car.
Seth Rogen would be a good one.
I was thinking it would be like,
Trying to talk comedy, bro. I get it.
yeah. Hey.
Talking a little comedy.
Yeah. How about them comedians?
That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
like my first answer the best, I think, though.
Yeah, the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost said your dad, actually, when you said your dad. I was like, yeah, I'd probably
Tommy.
take Tommy,
Oh, he's
too.
so fun to ride the car with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also dependable. Man of honor.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Man of capability.
He'll drive,
Mhm.
too.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, it's non-nerve-wracking driving. This guy knows how to drive. It's okay.
He's cooking us B's and G's tomorrow, dude.
Mm.
Be there.
Smash on them, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, pretty much any heads, man, I've ever met, it's always been dependable. good to be around.
For sure.
You know?
Good folks, them
Yeah,
grateful
you
heads.
guys keep a lot of good loyal people around. You know,
Well, if you're not ahead, you're
you
behind.
treat them
That's
right,
what they
man.
say.
If you're not
What
ahead,
is
you're
it?
If you're not
behind.
ahead, you're behind.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know, it's like my favorite phrase. I don't know if you guys play on that, but that's so good, dude. Well, first time I saw Tommy say that, oh, dang, that's like the best one you could ever do, dude.
I
Love
wrote that
that.
on the table at the Mark Bar.
Oh, it's genius, bro. It's genius.
Signed my name. All cursive.
All cursive,
Everything.
like,
Made it pretty.
because everybody
yeah.
can write in cursive these
Taught
days, you know.
myself that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I was
a real skill.
I went through school at a weird time. They taught me how to write the letters in second grade, but come around third grade, they did not show me how to put them together.
Wow, that's when they cut it off. Like,
Yeah, they like cut it off.
That's
right
insane.
there. It's like you learn your letters at the end of second grade, and then you put them together in third grade.
Hmm.
That's how it worked around here, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's why I
How everyone
homeschool.
else learned it. Like my big brother, who's only 2 years older than me, that's how he learned it.
Yeah, that's wild that you were a part of that. Because my kids weren't quite to that
I
point
grew up in a
yet.
weird time,
you know?
man.
Yeah. Shoot, man. The getting rid of cursive. Why? So we can't read.
Having
stuff
to wear a
in cursive?
mask around school, that was terrible.
So you can't read the
Remember
Constitution,
that
brother.
COVID
Yeah.
stuff?
Oh,
No, that's exactly right.
I don't know.
I always throw little flags about like, should we talk about this? Oh no, okay, I'll talk about that one.
Yep.
Bro, you didn't have to. I don't know. I think
They definitely don't do much about government classes around here either.
Yeah.
Like they don't know under my age know anything about the U.S. Constitution unless you were interested in it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Or
why I
you had to
pulled.
fight some type of legal battle or something, and you had to know your rights.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
other than that, you're not learning it because of school. It's
I will say
your
most.
own pleasure.
Yeah,
or need.
most of the cannabis homies I know are very legally astute people, for the better.
It gotta be, yeah.
I'm glad somebody's at least taken it upon themselves to challenge, the bad guys, the bad corporate guy,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
I know you guys are, you've been doing a lot of work on that front too. So
Last, 3-4 years,
Yeah.
seems like, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
every week there's something new popping up.
right, it's just like I can't imagine, man.
I mean, the people want it, so let people have it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I thought what made this nation great was that you're supposed to do whatever you wanted, basically. If you all kind of were in a group area and you're like, we don't like it here, though, you could always do that too. But, can't we go back to that? That'd be cool. That'd be fun, right?
Yeah, man,
Especially if it's not hurting anybody. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan on that part, if it's not hurting anybody.
Sure.
Seems reasonable.
So much to ask.
God forbid there'd be some reasonability.
Yeah, just self-governed.
I don't know if that's the right word to use, but whatever, man.
It's reasonable.
Nice. Well, I appreciate y'all fellas coming through today. It's been a real pleasure, man. Sitting back to kicking it with y'all and just shooting the shit.
Yeah,
Learn-
thank you for having us, man.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
guys
sir.
You guys are extended family.
It's part of work, huh, today, Carl. It's part of
Always a
work.
pleasure with the heads, man.
Every day.
Genuinely. Thank you for supporting us for so long.
Yeah,
Can't wait to
man.
see you
I
at.
think it was worth it.
Can't wait to see you at Grateful Fest, baby.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good
sir.
time.
Looking forward to it.
That was
You ain't
that
doing
bad?
nothing in April. I don't care if you are doing something in April. Go ahead and cancel your plans and come to Grateful
Come to
Fest.
this.
Come on now,
baby.
man.
April 24th. And
April 23rd through 25th.
Yes, absolutely.
Aaron Cam and the One Drops and Hunter Root, 2 headliners.
Always quality bands.
You'll also see these 2 gentlemen over here.
Hey.
yes,
It's gonna
sir.
be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good people.
And if you're needing like a tasty THC infused beverage, shout out to Mighty Kind. It's the Missouri-based, company right here with the orange sodas and the root beer sodas and the grape sodas. And if you like seltzers and that's your thing, they got those too. I like those sweet sodas, man. They're good. They're real good. But this has been the Headz and Company podcast where we talk cannabis, we talk music, we talk culture by the folks who live it every day. And today we did that, y'all. So if you're feeling the vibe, hit that button and subscribe, y'all. Peace, y'all. We'll be seeing you.